everyone, today's video is of course brought to you by LG that sent over this TV, and I wanted to do a different test. Before I did post a review about the TV, and if you didn't see that one, of course do check out the link in the description where you can check it out. Also a review for the LG 48C1. It's actually really a nice TV, but of course a smaller one. This one is 75 inches, which is just mental. So that made me think, what can I properly do with a 75-inch television? And I naturally thought, with enjoying sim racing, that I should probably try sim racing on it. So that's basically today's video, just giving my experience on sim racing on a TV like this. Now of course, I do have a simple setup at the moment because there isn't a lot of space here to set up something for sim racing. So I have a simple setup to sim race on and then just see what I can do with it. So I will have to put my settings a little bit down when it comes to the competitiveness of the AI. Normally I drive about 98 on Assetto Corsa. Now I had to put it down to the 89-ish because of the setup being so different than I'm used to, and just that seat not being the best to set up behind the TV. Well, technically just to set up in general. Either way, I quite enjoyed it overall, but let's just talk about the experience and showcase some racing as well. So before we start this video, let me quickly talk about the specifications for my LG QNED Mini LED TV. So mine is a 4K resolution, meaning 3840 by 2160. It has a refresh rate of 120 Hz. In terms of HDMI ports, I have 2 of HDMI 2.1 and 2 of HDMI 2.0. And my version is a 75-inch version. Honestly, that makes it perfect for what we're about to do. Now to begin with, I've been sim racing for a very long time and I enjoy sim racing depending on what you do. If you start F1 2021 or 2020, doesn't really matter. Don't drive online. Most of those people are quite toxic and just try to drive you off. But if you want to do something like Assetto Corsa and just drive against AI, for instance, it's quite fun. Especially because they can be really competitive when it comes to the aggressiveness of them. If you tune it in properly, it makes it fun to drive around, and of course what I did. Especially on a track like Zandvoort, where overtaking isn't really the easiest. So I decided to drive with a smaller open wheel car, and it's actually quite fun around here. But it does help to have a 75-inch television. Having a display like this, especially this large, really helps out with sim racing in general, apart from of course my seat itself. It really does help out sim racing online or sim racing against AI. I am allowed to see a bit more. It's nicer to overtake because you are really in the game that bit more because of that size of the display. Not to mention the technology behind the display itself. The resolution is amazing, and if you have a proper video card, I would definitely recommend a display like this because it just feels so good to sim race on a display like this. Now to begin with, when it comes to, of course, sim racing, you do want a proper setup. For my steering wheel, I have a Thrustmaster T300 and I just have my pedals. I think they are called TCL or TLC, something like that. No, not TLC, that's the grip. But anyway, some really good throttle pedals and of course a brake as well. It really does help out with sim racing in general. And I do really enjoy this, and it's great to have pedals like this, and especially on a bigger display. Because of course, driving in real life, that's really expensive, especially if you do crash. I wouldn't advise that, especially on Nürburgring, it's really expensive. So sim racing on a PC or sim racing like this just helps to do something different. And if you do want a big display, I would definitely recommend something with 75 inches. And of course the LG QNED Mini LED TV definitely delivers some amazing quality when it comes to sim racing, when it comes to playing games like for instance Gran Turismo Sport or anything like that. It really does help out. with the experience in general. Of course, with PlayStation, it's limited a little bit more than my PC when it comes to graphics, but in general, I just love driving on this thing. But basically, that was my short video. It's really an amazing TV, and I just wanted to test it out with something different. So here's a little bit of driving, just in general, some battles that I had on the track itself. And of course, I do hope that you enjoyed the video. And if you did, don't forget to, of course, like the video. And of course, if you aren't subscribed, well, why not, right? Could be good fun. Either way, hope you enjoyed the video. And of course, talk to you guys in the next one. But first off, here's some battles that I had with, of course, this setup.